Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and since we were last out here on Bootleg Hallows, I've done a little bit more exploring, and I've discovered some areas that I really want to take some proper vehicles out to. Now, some of you guys were saying that you really wanted to see some more chilled out trail riding, and luckily for us, this map actually provides some amazing opportunities to do just that. So I've brought along 3 actually really capable ATVs and side-by-sides, and we're going to be loading them up behind the Dentside on our lifted gooseneck. Now, 2 out of 3 of these are out, 1 out of 3 of these is currently on console, and then the third, the RZR, which I have not done a highlight video on yet, will be on console as soon as it's done and as soon as it goes through all of its necessary testing procedures. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it, and we'll start getting these loaded up. Let's fire up this guy first. We're going to run this around to the back of the trailer, load them up, and then it'll be good to go. We're not going to spend too much time on the loading process because, I'm not going to lie, I want to get out to the trails with these things. Now, let me turn you around one more time. You know, in all reality, I probably could have just driven right through that person's fence, but I also kind of didn't want to because I was like, I kind of want to load these at least somewhat realistically. So let me go ahead and move you right up to the front, stop you right there. Let me just stop you right there, bro. Just right there. Let me just go ahead and stop you right there. All right, let me ease you back around. And not too bad. Now, I almost want to put some slightly bigger tires on this thing because I feel like for where we're going to want them. So let's just go ahead and head back to the shed and grab maybe some slightly bigger tires. Nothing too crazy, just a slight increase in tire size. And then once we've got those, we can go ahead and throw you on the trailer and you'll be good to go. And I'm sure we'll have room for one more. Oh, yeah. Actually, we'll have room for one more with some space between each vehicle. Now, this guy, I love the tires that are on it right now. I just want to go a tiny bit bigger. Now, once again, as of filming this video, this vehicle is not actually out just yet. It's not currently finished. Some of you guys may have seen it on my streams, but once this vehicle is actually fully complete and fully finished, there will be a highlight video on the channel about it. So, once again, let's go ahead and turn this guy around. And I've got some slightly bigger tires on it now than what I had before, and it's really going to help us out in the wilderness. I can guarantee you that. Let's ease you up onto the trailer, and now we actually have a gorgeous, gorgeous setup on the back of this truck. An absolutely gorgeous setup on the gooseneck. Wow. Wow. And you know what? The Dentside really just fits it so perfectly. It fits the idea of what we're doing here, but not only does it fit the idea of what we're doing, it just looks like it's up to the job. You know what I mean? It looks so proper. It looks like it's meant to be there. And that very Dentside is actually also available to be used on consoles. So that in itself is absolutely incredible. So let's go ahead and get out of free camera. We're going to go ahead and swap back into the Dentside. And let's go ahead and pack everything, get this thing fired up, and we'll get the ramps up off the ground. Let me see if I can do this right. There's a little bit of an odd procedure for getting the ramps up, but there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and head out. Now, there is a small town down this way called Stanville, and there's like a loading area out there, there's a gas station out there, but more importantly, there's some gnarly trails down behind Stanville. So we're going to go ahead and head that way, and I just need to make sure that I keep an eye on my GPS to verify that I don't go the wrong way. So I would like to go... Alright, this is going to be weird because as far as getting there, we're going to actually have to go through here, which is kind of sketchy. Or we're going to have to go through, I guess, back there, which is also sketchy as well. And I'm not really sure... Okay, the map goes back really, really far, but as far as getting down here without running into any sketchiness, that's going to be a whole nother adventure entirely. So I think we're probably just going to have to set off and see what we can do. Now, I'm not sure how long it's going to take to get there, but that's all part of the adventure, I feel. So let's see what this thing's got. Now, there should be an interconnecting trail somewhere near... Oh, it's literally like you got to make a hard right around this tree. Let me put it in standard low. Try not to dump these guys off the trailer. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There you go. Bro, that's actually I'm surprised we made it around that corner so easily. I thought we were going to have an issue with tipping over. Now, I will say, we do have the top spec 800 horsepower engine in this truck, but we also have the 10-speed dedicated tow and haul transmission, and that helps us a ton. Although making it up this hill could prove to be moderately difficult. That is not the winch point that I wanted. That's not the winch point I wanted either. Give me just a little bit of a pull. That's all I need. God, the angle on that trailer was making me really uncomfortable for a minute, and it's still kind of making me uncomfortable. I'm like, I don't know, dude. I'm really close to seeing that thing flop over, and I really don't know how I feel about it. I'm also really glad that I took the lifted gooseneck back this way, because the standard gooseneck would not have been having a good time. And the lifted one, even as it is still kind of sketchy to be doing this stuff with. But, you know, when I wanted to bring, 3 vehicles out into the middle of nowhere, it kind of left me no choice but to use a longer trailer. And this was kind of my only option for that. So let's see if we can just use a little bit of a tug of the winch to get us up the rest of this hill. Almost there. Not bad. I almost want to see if we can... Yeah, I almost want to keep pulling with the winch because we're in a sketchy, like I said, sketchy area, sketchy scenario right now. We got the front of the trailer absolutely just buried in the mud, and that's not really gonna... Oh, God, that's not really gonna bode well for us in the future here. Come on. That is not what I wanted. Oh, my God, I love this quick winch system. Don't you? The quick winch system is like, I'm gonna winch to absolutely everything that isn't what you need to winch to. So after dealing with what I think was an issue of literally the back of the trailer just getting stuck, after dealing with that, I think we're fine. I'm 99.9% sure we're fine. I say as we literally dive into another mud pit. And here's the interesting detail, right? Some of these mud pits, some vehicles will just absolutely rip through them. Other vehicles will give you like a balanced experience where you're like, you're still advancing, but you're not gonna have an easy time of it. And then other vehicles are just gonna not go anywhere. This kind of falls in the middle of where like it'll give you a balanced experience, but it's still gonna make you work for it. Because what's interesting is, a lot of people would not consider what we're driving on right now to be any sort of challenging trail. Whereas when you add a trailer and some weight into the mix, a not-so-challenging trail becomes extremely harsh and extremely challenging. And yet, the quick winch still wants to winch to literally the weakest possible thing that it can find. I love the quick winch. It's great, isn't it? All right, moving along up the hill. Come on. Really hope that doesn't get caught on the rocks. Oh, it got caught on the rocks. Lovely. Oh, God, that's just dandy, isn't it? That's just absolutely lovely, isn't it? All right, I'm going to pull from the back of the trailer. I've got no other option than that now. I'm really hoping that the actual trip, kind of evens itself out a little bit because, yeah, some of the stuff that we're getting into now is a little bit more in-depth than I feel like what this truck signed up for. And yes, while I have seen those trails, I've never actually approached that area from this direction. So this is like all new to me right now. I'm just trying to get there, man. I'm trying to get there without, having a complete oof. Oh, no, 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 no. I love how even in this position, it's like, yep, we're gonna winch to a shrub. Oh my God, truck is literally about to fall over. And you're like, yep, a shrub sounds real nice to winch to right now. Oh my God, I love this winch system. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Come on. Oh. Well, that's a strong old winch. Holy smokes. Okay. Now it looks like, haha, I've discovered something. Yes, I've discovered that there's a road down there that may or may not lead to where we're trying to go. I hope it does, but I've got to tell you, I'm not completely sure whether it's actually going to lead there or not because it's kind of just, it's all up in the air right now when you're driving in areas that you don't know. And it can only be said that we might get there. We just have to try to do our absolute best to keep everything on the trailer. That's the biggest concern. That's the biggest thing. Got some stray logs out here. That's kind of weird. I mean, you would imagine that there's probably at some point going to be a mission to pick those up, but I'm not sure what that mission would be. I'm not sure if it would be a task or a contract or something to that nature, but hey, you got like, what, 4 logs just randomly chilling out here? Like, okay. I didn't realize they'd be chilling out here, but alrighty then. The nice thing about this thing is that it does have diff lock always engaged, so if you do want to go into auto with diff lock on, you're more than welcome to do that. So let me actually take advantage of that fact real quick, and it looks like I might be coming up on somewhat of a main road. I mean, not really like a main road, but a back road that's a little less rough than what we're currently on. So let me see. Okay, that connects to that, which should eventually connect to here. And my sense of direction may sometimes be a bit warped, but it's okay. I think that we can figure our way there. Yeah, I say as I... Oh, God. Well, you can see the trailer behind us in the mirrors. That's freaking sick. That's so cool. I love this interior so much. I really do, especially when you're doing, like, realistic or roleplay type stuff. This interior is amazing for that. I did not take that corner correctly. Oh, my... Yep. Luckily, the trailer's got big enough tires to where it just bounces off the rock. Once again, I cannot stress enough that a setup like this is not built to go through here, but that's also precisely why we are taking it through here. This is super bumpy, but nothing that the lifted gooseneck can't handle. Luckily, the suspension on the lifted gooseneck is actually tuned really, really well to help absorb those bumps and undulations in the terrain. So, fortunately, it helps keep the trailer a little bit more flat and prevents tipping over. So let me see what we're... Oh, I like what I'm seeing. Oh, I love what I'm seeing. Absolutely love what I'm seeing. Now, I'm not going to go through the mud because that looks like it goes up above the town. And, yo, we got some, like, fog down here and everything. That is so sick. All right, we're going to make a little bit of a wider turn here. Let me see if I can make my way back up towards this town. I love how I say I'm going to avoid the mud, and the exact route I take is like, haha, good luck with that, bro. I'm thinking low, and I'm also thinking low's not really going to work. Yeah, low's not really going to work. I'm going to have to just pull cable through that. That's, again, another place on this map where you're going to run into some gnarly mud. Gonna put our lights on because at this point, it's getting a little darker out, and I don't want to end up being caught out here with no lighting. Now, fortunately, the lighting on this thing is top-notch. The lighting on it is great. So you're never gonna be in a situation where you're like, oh my god, I need more light, I'm out of light, I can't see anything. You know, situations like that are a thing of the past when you're in this Dentside. Dude, oh my god, it ripped up that hill. Absolutely love running the tow spec transmission with the max power engine. God, that did amazingly well. Also, look at this view. Holy crap, look at this view. That's so pretty. Like, dude, that's just, honestly, like, that's just beautiful to me. Like, you're kind of creeping up on evening. You've got a gorgeous truck, a gorgeous setup, and the actual, like, KC lights on the bumper. Everything just looks right. Everything just looks so right. And at the end of the day, I mean, a setup like that, to me, is one of the setups that I've always wanted to see in this game. Now, the vehicles on the trailer seem to be getting a little bit weird, so I'm going to unpack and repack real quick, just to get them to kind of, resituate themselves, because you do sometimes have to do that. It's a little weird. I don't know why you have to do that sometimes, but the actual, like, vehicle packing system can get a little bit temperamental sometimes, so you do have to sort of work with it. So let's check the GPS once more. I think we pretty much guessed right. I think we're going to end up making it to town. I'm so down for this. All right, let me ease my way through here. Try to use high just a little bit, see if I can put that power down. And oh my god, this gets extremely deep. We bottomed out the trailer already. Yeah, the trailer is already just very unhappy with us. Very unhappy with us. Let me grab a winch point right here. Give it a bit of a pull. I said give it a bit of a pull, come on. It's got to flatten out the truck first, and then it's going to basically just scoot the trailer along. This is some gnarly areas to take a gooseneck, man. I'm telling you that. Like, if you plan on hauling anything through here, especially if it's in like a semi-truck or even like a gooseneck behind a pickup truck, you're in for a real challenge. I mean, and if you think it's gonna be easy, you need to rethink, because it ain't anything of the sort. All right, quick winch is messing with me again. I'm thinking that'll work. Nope. Wow. Okay, not a usable winch point. What about you? Usable? Heck yeah, it's usable. All right, move it along. Come on. Not bad. Not bad, honestly. Like, this thing rips now. As soon as we've gotten it out of the mud, it rips. Yeah, that's the only thing about this setup, is that mud is not its best friend in any way, shape, or form. Even with a setup that a lot of people would consider overpowered. Come on. This might be sketch, but I feel like we can make this. I feel like we can make this without getting too far into the territory of sinking. Because if we get too far into the territory of sinking, things will not be good. Front end dropped a little bit there. Kind of freaked me out. I'm not gonna lie. That kind of freaked me out a little bit. Come on. Yo, laser winching these freaking trees over. If we could, like, not do that and say we did, that'd be awesome. Get a little bit more power now that we're out of the deep stuff. Just trying to get it to scramble its way back up on top of the... Oh, top of the solid ground. There's a solid winch. Finally. Finally a winch to something that isn't shrubbery. There we go. I'm staying to the side, just trying to keep a little bit of grip. Trying so hard to keep a little bit of grip. All right, back into automatic mode. It doesn't want to take high range yet. Now it will. If it's up at the top of second, anything from the top of second gear and on up from there, it will take high range, but you got to be really careful with it. I'm just modulating it lightly right now. Just trying to see if I can kind of momentum drive this truck, because we are getting so close. There it is. Bro, I can see the buildings in the next town. We are getting so close now. Holy crap, we're getting so freaking close. Come on. Nearly there. Nearly there, nearly there, nearly there. I know this bridge. This is the bridge with the bear on either side of it. Oh. God, I almost flopped into the river right there. If I had flopped into the river, I would legitimately be so incredibly upset. Like, dude, that would be just about a rage quit moment, I think. Holy crap, because this has been quite the adventure to get to this point, and I would not want to lose it all in like 2 seconds by flopping off the side of the bridge. If I did that, I don't even know how upset I would be, but it would be pretty bad. And I don't normally get upset in SnowRunner, really, ever, so... I see buildings! Come on! Let's go! Plunging it through this little mud patch on approach, and that, my friends, is our arrival. So now, really all we need to do is find a place to sleep out here in town before we take on those trails tomorrow. That was a really fun haul, and I've got to say that getting a gooseneck trailer through there is a completely different experience than what I thought it would be. Thought it was just going to be a fairly simple, like, you know, haul some rigs out to the trail, but no, like, getting from one town to the next on this map turned out to be an absolutely proper freaking challenge. So, if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.